up, y'all? So today we're going to be doing a abortion video. This is from Students of Life, and I just want to. This particular back and forth really annoyed the hell out of me, so that's why I'm going to be reacting to. We're really more not reacting, but responding to the girl in the video. So let's go.
Hi. I think that the legislature that you're trying to pass puts you down a very weird rabbit hole, and I don't understand. Like, there's all.
Okay, so the reason she said it puts her down a weird rabbit hole is because she's trying to put together the most, like, the dumbest, awkward, web together scenario that really is hard, difficult for. It's all one of those really odd things that people do when they don't have an actual argument. So they just kind of just like, well, what if we created mustard from like lava sauce? So it's just so dumb.
I don't understand. So first thing, what is the citizenship of unborn fetuses conceived in the United States?
I don't know why people ask this. Again, other than the fact that they're trying to come up with something that's dumb. If citizenship is law, life is biology. Like it's a legal thing. Like it's not trying to switch the conversation from it's murder to, well, is it a citizen? Like, can you murder somebody who's in land that's ungoverned anywhere? It's citizenry is stupid to try to use an abortion argument.
It's the same as children who are born prematurely in the United States or who are birthed in hospitals.
So if I were to become pregnant right now on U.S. soil, I would be pregnant with a U.S. citizen.
Well, no, not right now with our laws, because right now your child is in.
Okay, no, I'm talking about your post Roe versus Wade world. That child would be a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a U.S. citizen. Mm-hmm. So if I were to go back to my country, where it is legal for me to do what I want to do with my body, would that be illegal to the U.S.? Is that an offense to the U.S. because I would be killing a U.S. citizen?
Okay, see, now you're trying to call policy into place and see if it's consistent. I'll listen. When it comes to the gun argument, I have said time and time again that that a lot of people are arguing regulation and policy, but you're asking it from people who are poor at regulating and who regulate too damn much. This has been a thing for the United States. You're not exposing anything new. We know the government is very inconsistent when it comes to regulations and policy. That's what that is. But again, this situation that you're trying to come up with well, I'm not first of all, you're not a citizen. What exactly are you trying to do about our laws again? As far as I know, you don't get a vote, but they're trying to change that. This is all around stupid. But let's answer the question. If you get pregnant by a U.S. citizen and then go have an abortion on your homeland, well, would you tell us? Would you tell us? What the fuck? I don't understand. Like you don't even have to tell us that you're pregnant. It's not a law to require that you report your pregnancy to anyone. And if you go and kill it and it's a U.S. citizen by law, and then you come back to the U.S., then if there's a law arresting you for abortion, then, well, yeah. But this lady responds later saying she's not trying to get anybody arrested or make it illegal. To the pro-life people, when you're saying it's murder, you gotta say somebody goes to jail. Otherwise, you're trying to say something's murder, but no jail time. It's kind of stupid, and it is that is very inconsistent.
It's a very good question.
This is your rabbit hole. And then, because
it's not a rabbit hole. It's some bullshit you created that makes almost no sense. It's not a rabbit hole.
I'm assuming that you're one of the Republicans who are against illegal immigration, Mexicans, crazy, whatever. You cannot, if I were a Mexican woman that you want to deport and I say I am pregnant with a U.S. citizen, what are you going to do? You cannot
I think that is a very dumb law. I hate that law. I know something had. That was one of those laws where it had to be put in place after something weird happened, and then instead of going case by case, they just got lazy and said, "Oh fuck it, if you're born here, you're a citizen, whatever." That's really stupid. That actually sounds like a Democratic law to have like more voters from like bullshit that they can just control with fear of ending their life or something like that. Well, not ending their life, but like deporting them or whatever. So, when I heard about that in the 10th grade by economy teacher, I thought that was really stupid. Why does being born here by default make you a citizen? It's, that doesn't make sense. You're encouraging the behavior of come here, here you get pregnant, now you're a citizen. It's stupid. And no, by the way, I don't believe in keeping children separate from their parents at the border. I believe putting them all in a van and kicking them out in Mexico.
That you're going to create.
Sure.
And I think by the end of what I'm saying, you're going to reply with, I don't know. That's what it's going to be.
No, I actually think this is actually a really...
The reason that I don't know is important to her right now is because you don't know something, therefore you can't pass a law or lobby for a law to be passed. This stems from the idea that I absolutely hate that they've become so entitled that, well, you must provide me something, period. I must provide, you have to provide them free access to abortion or the money to take care of them. But even if you do provide free access to abortion, you still also have to provide welfare because not everybody's going to use the abortion. We just have to provide something for you for no fucking reason other than you're you. Damn.
good conversation. That's why I'm here. Because this is a
These are things
conversation.
that you do not consider.
Well, this is a conversation we need to have, and I'm actually excited that we're actually having this conversation. Like, this is a good conversation to have.
Well, I'm glad
So
you're
what
excited.
happens to an illegal immigrant woman who comes from Mexico or Central America or whatever, becomes impregnated in the United States, and now she's carrying a child? Should she be deported? I would say no.
Okay.
Like, that's super
Okay,
simple.
so I am from a country where a lot of Americans, vacation. And if I were to have sex with an American man and I were to become pregnant with an American child, because you know that any American person's any child that they have is a U.S. citizen, could I deport that child conceived in my country under the laws in my country where I am allowed to?
Okay, so she just kind of made it different. Instead of her coming here and getting pregnant, what if he came to her hometown and got pregnant and aborted, she said deported, but aborted her kid on her homeland in which she got pregnant? Listen, jurisdiction obviously matters. The United States can't have a practice in which it goes to other lands to seek out people who had abortions. Loopholes exist everywhere. There's always a way to take advantage of the system. That doesn't mean bring the whole fucking system down. If that's the case, welfare shouldn't be a thing. These diversity quotas shouldn't be a thing because they can be taken advantage of. It's so fucking stupid. I don't understand this logic. It's like when you're trying to sound so fucking smart, but you sound dumber than usual. This is it's so dumb.
Deport children.
You're going to deport your own child?
I mean, I am allowed to have an abortion in my own country.
Okay, so
I don't know.
You're saying you get pregnant in your country?
My country, where an American man came to
Okay.
my country,
Sure.
yes, and we had sex, and I conceived a U.S. citizen.
A U.S. citizen? I don't know. I mean, maybe
You don't know.
did your-
Okay, yeah, I
maybe you
said
don't-
it.
I don't
said
know.
it.
We
You
have
were going to say
have
I
a
don't
conversation.
know.
Like, I'm not an international lawyer, so it'd be the
These are
question
things
is
that
how
you need to
do
consider before you put up crap like this. You can.
Why do I need to consider every dumbass situation you might get into? Do you hear this? This is one of the huge problems with this way of thinking and giving people shit just because they might be in some type of situation. This is beyond entitled. Like, this is some other shit. You need to consider every situation that I might go through before you do anything. What? Why don't you consider every situation before you do anything? It's odd, like what the left does with this type of thinking. You taxpayer need to consider what you say before you go out and make decisions and lobby for laws. But that person doesn't have to think about what they're about. She doesn't have to think about having sex before she does it because she might get pregnant. She don't want to think about that, but you as somebody who has to provide something for her needs to think. Got it.
You cannot start talking about. You cannot talk about wanting to make things illegal without considering the things that happen.
We should just keep on killing the babies left and right and never have a discussion about this ever. Is that what you want
No,
to do?
we should read books. We should study things. We should research things before we get up on stages of universities and act like fools. Look at the thing that you have there. You're acting like a fool. You do not know what you.
What does abortion do? What does abortion
Are you
do?
kidding me, bro? It is an exercise of my right to do what I want to do with
What
my
happens to
body.
abortion? What
God
happens?
gave
No right is absolute, said the left's guy, Joe Biden. So if it's your right, okay, but no right is absolute. Smart ass.
you one womb. Well, I don't know how many wombs God gave you, but He didn't give you mine. So you can leave mine alone. That is all I'm
What
trying to
happens
say
to
to you.
an abortion?
Listen, I'm telling you, anytime I'm pregnant, I will.
So on one hand, you can't have a say on abortion because you're a man. But if you're a woman, you can't have a say on abortion outside of yourself. Okay, fine. So why do I have to worry about anything outside of myself? Like your well-being. Why do I have to care? Why are you allowed to say, oh, you don't care about women? It's outside of myself. Why the fuck should I? It's outside of myself. You want my concern, but only the concern you want from me. I thought I had autonomy. It doesn't even go together. Your autonomy doesn't even make sense because you don't want to give other people autonomy about the decisions they make.
An abortion. I don't know about you. Because as you know as well,
Xavier University
women,
is really proud of this.
women used to use hangers to your laws are not going to make your laws are not going to make abortion impossible. Your laws are making abortion inaccessible. And people will still have
We're going to come back to that at the end of this.
Illegal and unthinkable. That's why I said at the beginning of my presentation, our goal in the pro-life movement is twofold. But I'm asking you a question. What happens in an abortion?
I get to choose what is mine and what
If there's
is
nothing wrong with what happens in abortion, then tell me what happens in abortion. If it's so good, tell me what happens in abortion.
a fetus, a clump of cells that I did not ask to be here. They can go. They can go.
You didn't ask it to be here. You fucked and made it. What? Now you're just not even attempting to have a conversation. I don't think you ever did.
If that person,
I'm a clump of cells. Can you abort me?
I would, cause I don't know what you're up there doing today. I don't know what you're up there doing today. You need to sit down with a book, and you need to sit down. I don't know if you need to.
What book? You can't just keep. If you're going to have a pun on somebody or a joke, the joke has to be understandable to some degree. Somebody has to be able to hear what you're saying and put something together to it. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. What book? An anatomy book? A biology book? Because you can say the same thing about people who are pro-choice. Because if the other side, which I can, but I don't argue from this perception, is abortion is murder. That's what it is. So responding with some of this shit you say, it makes absolutely no fucking sense. Hey, you're murdering someone. My body, it's still murder, asshole.
Well, at the university,
Explain to me what happens in abortion. So a clump of cells.
you know, and you do not know what happens when you
What
make
happens?
laws like this. You
What
do not
happens when you
understand what your Roe versus Wade world would look like, and you
irony. Student loans. You'll see the irony in a few seconds.
You're privileged as hell. You're privileged as hell. You have 4 kids. They have medical issues. I cannot afford a medical bill, $1,000 medical bill, as such that half of these children in here cannot afford. And you're making these laws because you can afford $1,000 bill.
What happened to
Can you afford $1,000 medical bill right now? Yes, you can. But half the people in this room.
You don't get any sympathy from me as a guy because nobody gives a damn if I have to sleep in my car to take care of my kids. They don't. I don't get to kill them. I don't even get to walk away from them. Nobody gives a damn if I end up suffering because I can't afford to take care of the children I have. They don't. So I don't give a damn that you can't afford a bill.
Can't afford it. And then you stand there talking about, oh, let's give women what they need. Women do not need. Why are we putting women in a position that they need to be supported? Why can't women be
this, ma'am?
Why can't women be independent on their own? Why can't
Independent on their own. But student loans, that's a government aid from taxpayers. Reportedly, 2/3 of the student loan debt is women. So why can't you be independent on your own? We still have diversity quotas. I think California just got rid of theirs a week ago, but we still have diversity quotas in the workplace, in college, even though you are the majority now. Why can't you stand on your own? Why does somebody like Biden have to give you political seats in office? Why can't you stand on your own? Why do you need to be given things like Planned Parenthood where you can get free or low cost access to healthcare? Why can't you stand on your own?
women just live in a world where they can make their own decisions on their own bodies and their own time? I do not need you to help me. I do not need you to give me anything. Like, let me do what I want to with my
But
body.
it's not just your body.
Literally government partially pays or at minimum pays for the facilities where these abortions are performed. And again, there are I should Title IX. I was supposed to do a video about that, I forgot, but apparently that's something that's on the books solely for women. Well, why can't you stand on your own and be independent? And if people want you, they do. If they don't, they don't. Why do you need an Equal Pay Act? Why can't you stand on your own and be independent? Because if somebody wants you that bad, they'll surely pay the right amount, won't they? Why can't you stand on your own? This is full of shit talk right here. Double speak. Leave me alone, but gimme. Leave me alone, but gimme.
When we talk about abortion,
You're a
we're talking about
yeah, that's what it is, and I don't. And at the beginning of it, I said you were going to say the words "I don't know" before I was done, and you did. You do not know what you're up here doing. So please go and read.
That's pretty much the end of it. So I'll wrap it up here. But I wanted to say that I was going to say something for later. I keep hearing this damn it, hold on. When it comes to banning abortion, that more and more women will get illegal abortions and possibly hurt themselves or die or whatever. Listen, if you're the type of person that uses this way of thinking, I need you to understand this. One of the main things that separates women from men and makes women so precious and say that men need to protect them, society needs to protect them and all that, is the fact that you can produce child. You can get pregnant, you birth a child, you care for a child, so on and so forth. That's like the biggest thing that people look at to determine why you're so precious and should be taken care of. If you're saying, hey, I'm going to kill babies, I'm going to kill my baby, and I say, no, that's murder, no, and you say, well, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. If I can't save the baby, why the fuck would I care about saving you? You're okay with killing the next generation. So when your response to, hey, abortion's wrong, it needs to be banned. Oh, well, I might die because I'll just go get it anyway. Okay, go die. Why do we care at this point? You have just eliminated a big reason for why you're precious over me. Why the reason you don't give a damn that I will be in my car and you'd be given A is because you are the precious person of the two. That society defaultly still, for some reason, looks at you as the person who's going to get the kids, who's going to care for the kids, even though y'all made it very clear you don't give a fuck about them. Society still holds that as the thing, the idea. When we're out somewhere, even if I don't fucking know you, you just protect women, protect. Like I'm supposed to be the one to get bit by the dog, the stray dog, when I could get sick and die, or I'm supposed to stand in front of whatever danger and probably lose my life, or whatever health, whatever. So when you eliminate that, you become me. So now it's okay. Well, fuck you too. Go die.